Camp's going really well. I'm feeling great. I took a different approach this time around where I'm training hard but smarter. So I feel great. I feel healthy, ready to go in a couple of weeks. I'm excited. I'm excited to go out there and display my jiu-jitsu and have fun with it. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, tough days. And the way I set it up is where Monday and Friday is the opener of the week and the closer of the week. So they're tougher, but not as tough as our Tuesday and Thursday. Tuesday, Thursday, we come in and we go to battle for a good 2 hours, right? Wednesday, I have it where it's an active recovery day, right? So we just spend an hour drilling, having fun, we're joking around, trading positions back and forth, and just, getting our timing down for our techniques, which is good to do that without resistance, right? Training against tough opponents in the room all the time is great, but sometimes it's tougher to develop your technique or find your timing for some new techniques you're trying to add to your game, or just sharpen up for the upcoming tournaments, right? So Wednesday we do that for an hour and a half, and even just now I got a good little sweat going and still moving around without having to beat myself up too much. So now tomorrow I come back and I train super hard again on Thursday, and I feel ready to do so in the morning, right? I'm not waking up like, oh, I don't want to do it, or I'm feeling too beat up. So I think it's a good balance of we're recovering, but we're also still doing work and getting better while doing so. Tight. Put people in super tight positions, then ask that, was tight? Fuck yeah, it was tight, man. It's been like an unbelievable journey. The other day I posted about it, like my first ADCC being back in 2011, and it kind of just took me down memory lane. I'm like, whoa, man, it's crazy. It's almost been 15 years since I first made my debut within the organization, and to see it grow from then to where it's at now, it's just crazy, right? And crazy in a good way. Every grappler's dream, really, right? To have it on a big stage and have thousands of people watching you, because like you said, I've been part of the earlier ones where there was no one really in the crowd. I remember the one in China that I did in 2013. It was empty. We still fought hard and did our thing. Like, we were there to compete and win, right? That's our number one focus. But when we have a crowd behind us, it makes it that much better. And it makes it better for the grapplers financially too. More sponsors get in, more eyes are on you. You own an academy, good way to promote your business and whatever you have going on. So it's really cool to see it grow to where it's grown, and I look forward to seeing it go even further the next 10, 20 years. I may be too old for those next 10, 20 years, but it's cool to see where it's going to go. I'm sure it's going to go even higher. Competing wise, to be honest with you, it doesn't really make a difference for me, and I think other grapplers can say the same thing. When you're at that level, competing wise, you have tunnel vision, right? And you're focused on what's going on in front of you. But the before and the after, like walking in and out after the matches, you're like, whoa, man, this is crazy. And people cheering and clapping. You're like, this is pretty cool, man. Like, it's cool to be able to be in the sport long enough to see the crowds that big, basically. But yeah, to me, it didn't make such a difference while in the match, but everything else, though, it makes a huge difference, right? Like, when they presented us the bracket reveal and all of that stuff, you feel the energy in the room, and it's awesome, man. It's really cool. To be honest with you, everyone in the bracket's tough, as it should be. Every year, everyone's always tough. So any match that comes my way, it's going to be a tough match. It's going to be a good match too. So there's no one in specific that I want to have a match with. My main focus this time around is just to put my best performance forward, and whoever that may be against, let it be. But yeah, I mean, it's a cool division. You got a lot of veterans in the mix, a lot of new up-and-comers in the mix, and it makes for an interesting tournament for the grapplers, for the fans, for everybody involved. But yeah, no specific match. I'm just looking forward to competing.
Of all the guys at 77, you're the only person that won twice.
Yeah.
How does that make you feel?
It makes me feel a little bit more at ease, right? I've been in the shoes of the grapplers who haven't won yet, and when you go in there, sometimes I feel there's a lot more pressure on you. Where, man, I gotta get this title. If I don't get this title this time around, when is it gonna come? I don't know. But there's also pressure too when you come back from winning back-to-back titles like I had last time around, and I did felt the pressure then. Like, man, I get the 3P, I gotta do this, gotta do that. But this time around, you know, I'm not the returning champion. I am a prior champion. So in the back of my head, I'm like, well, look, I've done it before. I know how to do it. I'm gonna go out and do what I do, or what I've done before to win these 2 world titles I have in the past. So I'm in a really good spot right now mentally, where I don't have that pressure on me. I don't feel like I have that bullseye on my back. I'm a veteran of the game at this point, and I'm gonna use my experience to help me push through and get on top of the podium. I'm just gonna go out there and just focus on me, focus on what I have to do to win. The energy in the room is contagious, I always say. So when you look to the left, look to the right, and you see people working just as hard as you are to get ready for something, it motivates you to keep going, right? It's always good to have a good group of people who are pushing just as hard as you are, and it's contagious, the energy, right? It's a tough room. The technical level is at an all-time high, so you're gonna get those different looks. Everyone has a different game too, right? So we all pick each other's brains, like, hey, what do you think about this position? Or what do you think about this grip? Or this hand placement here and there? So we help each other get better in that aspect too. But more so than that, in my opinion, it's just the energy in the room. Like when you look to your right, look to your left, and you see another high-level grappler pushing just as hard as you are, when that little doubt seeps into your mind, like, oh, you know, slow it down a little bit or reserve some energy, you're like, nah, I gotta push through. They're pushing through, I gotta push through. So we all elevate one another to that next level. My expectations are, first of all, to be a crazy event. It's gonna be, I can only imagine what they're gonna do this time around as far as production goes, and like the way they present the athletes and things like that. Because last time it was crazy. Like we were just talking about, like every year it's gone up and up and up, right? And 2, I think the matches are going to be crazy as always, right? I think that's what people love ADCC. The matches are just wild. There's always something unexpected that happens, and that's what people tune in to watch. So I'm expecting the same thing, just on a higher, better level.